that I play this position. I was in the right place at the right moment, and my teammates put some amazing balls, 2 goals, and most important, 3 points for the team.
So you've not trained there, you've not played there as a kid, maybe?
Maybe when I was 8, 9 years old, but not since.
We didn't have the feeling we were a real threat and playing with enough urgency. I wasn't too happy with that. Second half, we looked much sharper. We believe that Mikel could give us something else with Leo off the left, and unbelievable, because you have to try the things to get them working, and he made them work, basically.
Thin margins, the chance of Bobby De Cordova, just touched by Lewis Kelly, I think, with the Jordan Ayew cross, can be the turning point. If we keep preparing ourselves on a daily basis and preparing the games as we do, and putting in performances like this, that eventually you're going to win games.
These 2 teenagers you've got as regulars now, I mean, they don't look their ages.
No, they don't. Physically they built in a special way already, but then I think emotionally, mentally, how mature, how composed, how willing they are, the way they make decisions on the pitch, the way they take risks is really impressive.
And on to next week. Do you fancy it again from the start?
Well, I don't know. That's not a question for me. Obviously, I'll be ready for whatever they ask me to do. I've always been a team player, and if they want me to play as striker, I will. If they ask me to play as a goalkeeper, I will too.
Thanks, Mikel. Don't push it.
No.
Thank you, Mikel.
It's easy playing in goal. He's made it look easy playing up front. Well, they left it fairly late, Arsenal, and I think the bright spark in an otherwise fairly dull game was Ethan Nwaneri.
Yeah, 17 years of age.
A
potential superstar. He was without doubt the bright spark for Arsenal today. Even when things weren't going for them, which were large parts of the game, he was the one that was probing. He was the one that was putting crosses in and having pops at goal. This is almost identical to the cross that they score from. He just shifts the ball onto the left foot and he puts that in and he whips it in. Declan Rice can't quite get on the end of it. Again, he gets the ball and works it onto the cuts inside and has the pop at goal, hits the crossbar. But he can and does also like to go down that right-hand side. If you show him too much room, if you invite him to go down there, then that's fine. He will do that as well. And he was the best player on the pitch today. So lively. This time again, it goes on the right side. He hits the bar. The keeper might get the slightest of touches onto that. But this is what I said about him in the identical cross that we saw earlier. Again, he just shifts it onto the left. This time, he whips it in. This time, the substitution works for Arsenal. Merino comes on, and what happens is they've now got a threat in the middle, which they didn't really have. He shifted Trossard out onto the left-hand side. He did ever so well in getting the second goal. Yes, they left it late, but they won't be bothered, Arsenal. It was about getting the 3 points. Great ball in and a fantastic finish, and that made all the difference. But the star of the show was young 17-year-old Ethan Nwaneri. What a performance. Looks so mature as well. Yeah. So mature. No, nothing seemed to faze him at all. No. Fantastic. Big win for Arsenal, that is, and he played a huge part in that.
Yeah, I suppose everyone's been saying Arsenal need a striker for a while. They might have found one by fluke.
Well, yeah, I think he spoke about being told this morning he might come on and play the role. He was so calm in front of goal, and that's what Arsenal needed. 2 immaculate finishes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Depends. I mean, Merino got the goals, but Ethan Nwaneri was by far the best player. He's only 18 years old, but he's a fabulous young player. Plays off the right-hand side where Saka plays. I don't know what they're doing in the Arsenal Academy, but they're producing some diamonds. They really are. This kid, every time I watch him play, he's the best player on the pitch. It's quite remarkable. He always makes the right decision, and I thought he was by far and away the best player. Obviously, Merino got the goals.
Got the goals, yeah.
But Nwaneri, he's the one who stepped up in a big moment. No Saka, no Martinelli, no Kai Havertz. They needed somebody.
Yeah.
And those 2 stepped up big time today.
They did. We'll come to Nwaneri, actually, in a moment. We've got a good run on him. But let's look at the goals to begin with, because within 12 minutes of being on the pitch, that man there, Merino, made quite the impact.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bold move. It wasn't one of Raheem Sterling's better games. It certainly wasn't. They weren't being able to find the answer. They were relying on Nwaneri's quality, and they put him on. He is a goal threat. There's no doubt about that. He said he doesn't score many braces, but he gets into the right positions. He went centre forward. Trossard and out to the left-hand side, as Mikel said. As I said, a bold move, but if you know he's capable of getting in the right positions and finishing opportunities, because some people get in there but haven't got the calm, composed nature to finish chances. That's why they don't play centre-forward. He's a guy that can go up there, Owen, and you can actually rely on him to convert opportunities. And, you know, if he's going to keep on getting in those right places, and they will keep playing him there.
I mean, the ball from Waneri is amazing. But the one thing is that I'd say Merino's movement on that, he did 3 or 4 movements which were like proper centre-forward ones, which is brilliant. Even this, Merino, he kind of stays away from me. He doesn't get in there too early. And it's a great little finish. But, I mean, that, you know, in a game where it was really difficult for them, that is a brilliant result for them. Missing some of those key players, not signing a striker. But Merino, I think that's why everyone says, oh, so you need a striker, because you need a physical presence. Put the ball in the box and go attack it. With his size, he's almost perfect for that. So credit to him, he stepped up at a huge moment.
His run there was so much like a centre-forward. You've complimented his first goal and the movement for that. Even for that goal, you could see him, he wanted to speed up, but kept slowing down, kept looking across the line, kept making sure that he was always in the perfect position, and then to adjust his feet quickly, to know the type of finish to use when it came to that is exactly what top centre forwards do. So maybe he's been playing in the wrong position all his career.
You could hear as well from the interview how much it meant for him. It's his first brace in 9 years. Just a quick one. Would your wife have preferred you to score goals or roses?
Roses, definitely.
I thought so.
Prefer the bonus to go shopping for him. So.
You talked about Ranieri and just how incredible this 17-year-old player is. He's got so much talent, hasn't he?
Did I? But did I say he's a year older? Sorry, he's 17.
He's 17. Only 17.
You know what? This young man is really, really special. He'll be in the England team not long. I'm not joking. He's that good. I mean, the coaches at Arsenal need to take a lot of credit. I know these players, their talent is, you know, but they must be getting some terrific coaching, because they come in and they just look ready. You know, they're ready to play. His calmness in front of goal, his awareness. He's got a fabulous left foot like Saka. Look at that ball. I mean, he just puts it on a plate for people at times. I think Mikel said he can even play as a false 9. He's probably a number 10, but he's quick. Technically, he's really good. Makes things happen, and he's going to be an absolute superstar. And they need him right now, don't they?
Yeah, it's outrageous some of the things he can do at his age. But players will develop at certain rates. They will have quality. They will have ability to step over and do some of the things that he's doing. Not all of the things, but it's the decision-making. It's a mature decision-making skill that he's got at the moment, which is, you know, more in keeping with a man that's 25, 26 years of age, but he's got it at 17. Now that is scary. That is the sign of a player that is certainly only going to get better as the years come on.
And these numbers are why he was given player of the match. Very well deserved. Look, top of the pile across all of those stats.
But do you know what I like about him is, obviously he can play, but he's got a quiet confidence, not an arrogance. Like, even when he gets his little bottle of deodorant of the Man of Match award, you know, he's not overly happy. He doesn't get too up, too down. That's a sign of a top player. He expects himself to do that, and that is remarkable for such a young player.
Well, from a remarkable young new talent to a player that has plenty of experience and 4 Premier League titles to his name, Raheem Sterling, it's been quite sad to see the fact that he hasn't managed to get going at Arsenal. Talk to us about why that is.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's environments and the team don't necessarily play to your strengths. The way Arsenal play it, when they play it to the players in the wide areas, they actually need you to then go on and do something rather than pass it in the middle and arrive. But also, it's not easy when you've not had a lot of game time. You're at your best with just, you know, when players have, you know, 5, 6, 10, 15 matches on the run and you're just getting up to speed, you're at confidence. When you sat down a lot, it's hard to come in and play at the ability you can, but you'd expect him more on.
In his defence, I would say he's played virtually a different position every game. You know, he's played on the right, he's played on the left. He hasn't had the reps. He doesn't have the same person playing behind him who's maybe making those overlapping runs. He's obviously not as sharp as he once was, but I think he lacks consistent minutes. Okay, he's getting that, but he seems to be playing different positions. And obviously, again, you know, confidence is a thing. You know, and if you're not playing, you're not scoring goals, confidence goes down, even if you're an experienced player. So, look, no denying Raheem's ability, but he needs to get that confidence back. Smile a bit more, enjoy it, because they need him right now. You know, the lad stepped up today. But they need him to step up for a few weeks at least.
They definitely need him because they're in a title race. They're only 4 points off of Liverpool. It feels like at one point Liverpool were running away with it and now they closed the gap.
Yeah, I still think that Arsenal are the team that are going to ask the most questions of Liverpool. It's going to be difficult because of the injuries they've got. They're trying to find a centre forward at this stage of the season. That's incredible. But
a conversation that's been going on for
I think they're the most
like.
experienced and I think they've got the most quality to eventually try and make it difficult for Liverpool. But I think it's Liverpool's season.
Everton. So now Arsenal have got the job done today through an unlikely strike, and now it's over to Liverpool. And it's going to be interesting, Joe, to see how they respond to that Merseyside derby draw, because it would have felt like a loss.
It would have felt like a loss, but I think there's enough experience in the group, and I also think that the fans at Liverpool will demand a response and they'll be fired up. I think it could be spun into a positive for that group. It can be like a little wake-up call. The only problem Liverpool would have between now and the end of the season is if they're complacent, because they put themselves in such a position that, they're 7 points clear. They're going great guns in the Champions League. They've got that to look forward to.
It's the first time, though, Joe, that they've come under pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know when it's been 4 points, the last time it's been 4 points, but when I look at their fixtures, it's been over a month since it was 4 points. But they play Villa away and they play Man City away to follow this game against. They're tough games.
And then Newcastle.
Yeah, and your beloved Newcastle, let's not forget them.
So 3 hard games
they are
coming
tough.
up.
If they come the other side of that, if they win all those games, then you have to say, OK, they're looking... they're favourites now. They're in the boss seat. There's no doubt about that. If they can win their game tomorrow, that goes to 7 points again. So they're back in a nice, cushy, nice feel. But things have changed a little bit. This is the first time, I think, where they're coming under any pressure.
Did you see some real chinks in their armour in that derby, bearing in mind that followed the Plymouth result in the FA Cup? Obviously a lot of changes in that game, but we saw sort of an emotional reaction at the end. We saw the manager for the first time lose his cool as well.
Yeah, did I see chinks? It was difficult. It was difficult for me because I was covering another game, so I was only watching it. I shouldn't be watching it.
Martin.
I was watching it. But
Martin, did you watch it?
I definitely did watch it, yeah. I definitely did.
But in terms of...
It was an emotional reaction from the players. We'd have done the same ourselves. Do you know, you can't have football without that passion. And maybe that might awaken them a little bit. Maybe they'll be a bit angry after that. Do you know, it's a real feeling of like, God, how did that happen? 2 games, they'd missed lots of chances against Plymouth, didn't they? We've been so used to seeing them scoring the goals they need. They couldn't do it. And there they are, sucker punch, they suffer themselves. So I think, that's an oxygen, isn't it, for the next game? And they've got the players. Liverpool definitely have the players. They'll have to keep calm. But as I say, I think this sort of result doesn't help that cause. Certainly Arsenal coming here today and doing the business that they have.
Joel, can I just say it was an absolute classic?
I know, I was doing something else.
Missed it.
Yeah, gutted I went on that one.
What a time then to score a brace in a game for the first time in over 9 years. Mikel Marino very much coming to Arsenal's rescue to pick up all 3 points when it looked for so long in the East Midlands that they were going to come away with only a point to their name. But they're now within 4 of Liverpool and keep that pressure on. They got there in the end, Ian.
Yeah, they got there in the end, and the thing is it is by any means necessary Arsenal at the moment with the injuries they've got. And like when you listen to Mikel's press conferences, he's talking about character, showing character. And I think that's what they showed today. They had to stay in the game. Of course, you wanted Leicester to be a little bit more proactive at home, trying to go for Arsenal. But we know our defence is strong. But we needed that off the bench. We needed that because I didn't see it coming off the pitch with the starters, apart from Ethan Nwaneri. So we did need that extra push of Merino coming on and scoring.
I mean, that is a huge moment, isn't it, if you think about it? And for what that means for Liverpool, yes, they've got that 4-point advantage, but they just know Arsenal have continued now, their unbeaten run to 15 games?
Arsenal are in great form. They're keeping Liverpool honest. Absolutely. You would look at that game today and worry a little bit, thinking they didn't create too much, playing against tougher opposition maybe. Are they going to be able to do that? But what they have got to do is find somebody from somewhere to take the burden of scoring a few goals. Marino's gone and done it today. It might be somebody else next week, but it's not the normal names. We're going to have to get used to some different names to be heroes, and that started today. But great impact off the bench. Those late runs into the box is really important. And, as I say, keeps Liverpool honest now.
You okay there, Ian?
Yes.
Well, before we have a look at Merino's magical moments, 7.5 minutes before he scored the first of his 2 goals.
Yeah.
Miles line clearance.
Unbelievable.
In hindsight now, was a seminal moment.
Massive. Thomas Partey, I don't know, his pass was really so flippant there. Like you see, he kind of gets his foot stuck and then he gets another little touch, but it's the luck you need at this stage. Look, you get his foot stuck and then he digs it out, bam, he's getting ready to tap that in. So that is major in us winning this game. Major.
Yeah. That's one of a couple of youngsters that was heavily involved, really, for Arsenal. And we'll talk about Nwaneri in a second. But when Merino comes off the bench on, what, I think 15 minutes before he scored the first goal, could you ever have foreseen the impact it was going to make?
No, I didn't think it was going to be like that, even though we've been hearing that he might be someone that had come on and played a false 9. But what you look at him and see is that he's gone up front, he's gone straight into that area where he can be the threat that he is as an aerial threat, you know, to be in there. And this is what he's done. Look where he is. You can see he's in there, and then, bam. You know, when he was at Sociedad last season, he got 6 goals in this kind of similar kind of way. You could see him there. All he's doing is trying to get on the end of things. And obviously, we've been told, once you get the ball into him. You know, this is another great ball from Ethan Nwaneri. You know, he just gets on the back of Wout Faes, and it's a fantastic header.
Faes to do better?
Definitely, yeah. He's picking him up, and then all of a sudden he moves a couple of yards forward and points to nobody to mark him. But there was nobody. The Faes was marking himself. So yeah, he should have tracked the runner and headed it out. He got a warning. We saw the clip before. He got a warning just before that when the ball came across and it went out for a goal kick in the end. So
yeah.
But no, I thought the defender could have done a lot better.
Now this is interesting. So the ball came in from the right for that goal from Nwaneri. For the second, Trossard involved on the left.
Yes. But this is all about Martin Odegaard at the back there, right at the base of the defence there. You know, starting it off. You know, being positive from such a deep area, but then. This is fantastic from Trossard, because I'm thinking there's no one in there. Is he going to get in there in time? There's 4 players in front of him. Is he going to get the cross there? But, you know, he done it in the end. But again, that is because of Odegaard's progression of the ball and being positive in that area of the field. And I'm thinking, can he get this ball all the way across those 4 defenders for him to tap it in? And, you know, it's a good finish, Mike.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he? But it's not. This ball bounces just in front of him. How many times do you see that go over the ball? He keeps his body over the ball, his knee over the ball, keep it down and strokes it into the corner. Makes it look a really simple finish, which it was not.
Beautiful. Better movement there.
Good movement, right? Yeah. For someone obviously not accustomed to playing
the movement, even for the first goal, Manish, and even this one, obviously we needed Trossard to put a good ball in, but his movement on not making the defender know where he is in the box, Mike, you'll know how important that is. It's something that so then a forward can put a ball in. Can he make a move in front of him? Can he make it behind him? But a defender knows that there's someone around me, I'm danger. And that's what he gave us today when he came on.
Before those 2 goals, Nwaneri clearly caught the eye, the 17-year-old on the right, and he came so close on 2 occasions on breaking the deadlock.
I think with this one, when you look at this one, when he goes, I'm thinking to myself, right, just hit the target, make the goalkeeper make a save, brilliant touch. Just, you know, just hit the target with that one. You see, he's just leaning back a little bit there. He's trying to get the ball, get his knee over the ball, but he's got the power. But I just think it was one of those that maybe needed a bit more of a whip side foot finish. But, like, it's still a great effort. And then again, that one, again, you know, the goalie shouldn't be beaten there. But, like, I was thinking, Mike, there's a lot of goal over here. I would have probably tried to hit that across the face of the goal. But, you know, like I say, he's 17. He'll learn that, go across the face. Maybe he might get a parry out. But, like, look, player of the match again. And somebody that we needed to show up today, obviously, out of our front 3. He was one, Sterling and Trossard. But he rightly gets the man of the match. Rightly so.
Good call. Was that the right call for you for the 17-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, you could make a case for Merino. He won the game for them, basically. But no, over the 90 minutes, he was the best player on the pitch. He's good. I really, really like him. I think he's going to be a name for the long term. Yeah. I mean, Saka's going to have to come back into the team in a couple of months' time or whenever it will be, and it won't be easy to take him out the way he's playing at the moment.
The thing is that what's good about that is that he's the person. Saka needs a rest. The reason why Saka's out now is because of the amount of football he's played not only for Arsenal but for England. So you need someone like Ethan Nwaneri coming through to push Saka so as he can get a rest.
So, yeah, if Nwaneri continues to take his chance in the first team, what about Raheem Sterling today?
You know, Frank, it's a sad watch. It's been a sad time to watch Raheem in this Arsenal period because of what he's done, what he's achieved, and to come to Arsenal at a time where it is a great opportunity for him to show people that I've still got something left. For some reason, unfortunately, he can't seem to find the spark to get him going. And I think you saw it again today. There's hesitancy in his game. You know, there's a little bit of apprehension. You know, it just feels like it's not quite happening for him, and it's sad to see.
In the way that he did.
The only thing I would say to back him up in a way is that when you don't play regularly, it really affects you. It affects your rhythm. I remember towards the end of my career, I was not playing a lot, and then all of a sudden you get asked to start out of nowhere. There's loads of injuries, and all of a sudden he's got to start a game, and you feel out of touch. You almost lose your bearings sometimes. You can see he was almost tripping over himself at times. Standing offside, that's no excuse for that. He should never, even when he's 50, he should know how to time a run and how to look across the line. No, but I agree with Wright. It is sad to see him put in a really poor performance. But if there is one little thing that I would say, it might be because he's a little bit rusty. Now, he's going to get the opportunity, probably off the bench again now, because Merino's going to take his place for the next game. It's going to be an impact thing. So, but he's got to grab these chances because at his age, there isn't many opportunities left. You know, there's going to be people coming back from injury, signings. This is his opportunity now with so many injured players to grasp it, and he's only probably got 6 to 10 games to do that.
And the thing is as well, Mike, you look at if it continues in the way we're seeing him play at the moment, then you think, well, who are his suitors going to be after this? This is a level he's got to, even though it's a loan, where you're thinking, if you can prove it here, you know, Arsenal may keep you on. You may go again at this level, but it'd be very tough to see him at this level if it carries on like this.